I remember in one of the great scholars of the subcontinent, whose name is, his name is Imdadullah, but they refer to him as Haji Imdadullah because he moved to Makkah Mukarramah, and he was one of the greatest of the Indian shuyukh that many people may be aware of. On one occasion, he, rahmatullahi alayhi, became sick, he became ill. And he said, I'm not going to make dua to Allah to remove this illness from me. I'm just going to do full rada bil qada. Rada means satisfaction. Qada means with the decree of Allah. I'm going to be just fully satisfied with Allah's decree. He knows I'm sick. Sickness came from him. I'm just going to let him keep me sick as long as he wants. And if he wants to give me cure, I'll let him. I'm not even going to say, oh Allah, give me cure. Can you see what I'm saying? For us, when we get sick, oh Allah, if we do get the tawfiq to do dua, then we're saying, oh Allah, cure me, Allahumma shfini. And there's nothing wrong with that. For most people, that's what they will do. And this is what the Prophet ﷺ, he gave us du'as for shifa. So there's nothing wrong with that. You're still connecting to Allah. But he said, look, my connection with Allah, I think is good, and he understands my situation. I just want to be fully his slave. He can keep me as he wishes. So it took a few months, but he was cured after that. But that's something which majority of us will not be able to do. And the ulama like Fudayl ibn Iyad, they mention that this is actually for the elite, for people who have a very high level of tawakkul, such a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they can literally take this gamble, you can say, to a certain degree, if you want to call it that. For the rest of us, we ask for patience if we have a trouble. And if we don't have a trouble, then like Imam Ghazali said, if you don't have a problem, ask for afiyat, ask for well-being. Don't even ask for patience, because the patience from calamities, if you ask for that and your dua is accepted, you'll have a calamity and have a lot of patience. It happened once, a personal story. We were in Hajj, 4 or 5 of us, and we went to Jabal al-Rahma. We left the camp and went to Jabal al-Rahma. And one of us was making dua from a book, and he had this long dua on sabr. So, made the dua, and then after that, there was one brother who was spending on behalf of everybody, because everybody was saying, you're our bank, so you will spend. And the rest of us had our own money. So one person, he had, if I remember correctly, $2,300 that was in his belt. You know, the ihram belt you get. And it had a zipper on it. So it was zipped up, and in the they had two pockets. $2,300 there, which is about maybe 1,900 pounds. And on the other hand, he had maybe some loose riyals or something that he had to give for sadaqah. So he hadn't been he hadn't been taking from that money, because the other brother was spending on behalf, then they were just going to pay him afterwards. So for 3 days, during his ihram, he didn't look at anything. From the first day, the 8th, the 9th, in Arafah. Only on the 10th, on the 3rd day, when they went to do the jamarat, the first stoning on the 10th, that's when he decided, look, I've got this money, and he saw these poor people, he said, let me give this sadaqah. And now remember, this belt is zippered, he's got 2 folds of ihram on top, and it's tight. So where's that money going to go? He checks, and the money is gone. The money is gone. From under 2 folds of ihram and the zipper, it's gone. They're very professional down there. And most likely it probably went when he was doing tawaf by the Kaaba. Unfortunately, that's because that's where the biggest crowd is, and that's the easiest place to pickpocket, unfortunately. And unfortunately, there are people who do this, and I don't know how they can, subhanallah. Sometimes we get worried, even if you're talking to somebody and you start getting a bit casual in your discussion, you're like, how can you feel guilty even like that? But anyway, but the amazing thing is that was all of his money, and he basically lost it all, but he had, mashallah, a great sense of calmness. He didn't feel that this is the end of the world or whatever. He lost his money, okay, it's gone. The others helped him out then anyway. But then one of the other brothers reminded him that, remember that big dua that you were making on Mount Arafah about sabr? I did not say Ameen to that one. Right? Now, I just want to clarify that that is because if you're asking for sabr for musibat, for calamity, then that's the one we're talking about. But there are two other types of sabr that we actually do much more often. In fact, on a regular basis. And for that, you can ask for sabr. So whenever you do ask for patience from these other two categories for which we need to ask for patience. And what are the other two categories? So there are three things humans do sabr for, right? One is when you have a calamity, oh Allah, give me the ability to bear it, to tolerate this. That's why we generally tell people to do sabrun jameel, beautiful patience. Beautiful patience. So a person is acting in still a very dignified way, an honorable way, even though they've lost somebody. The other two types of patience is sabr ala ta'a, which basically means all the deeds that we have to do, that we are instructed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pray on time and so on. All of that is sabr ala ta'a. The fact that you've prayed in the masjid as opposed to going somewhere else. The fact that you have done a few other things. It's the same. All of these things are sabr ala ta'a. Making wudu with cold water in the morning. Sabr anil ma'siyah, then, on the other hand, is the third type, which is to stay away from haram. I can't eat from McDonald's. I can't go and date the way there's this beautiful person at work. I can't date. It's haram. That's sabr anil ma'siyah, and we need a lot of this sabr. That's our perseverance, that's our deen. So anyway, let's move on to our topic.